Good morning, everybody. This is Erica with Look What's in My Hoop. It is Sunday, December 8th, and I am here with Flosstube number 27. It's been about a month since my last video, but I, as usual, have a lot to share and a lot to show. And I'm hoping to keep this under an hour if possible. We are headed up to my mom's for a little Christmas tree decorating party she does every year, so the grandkids come and they decorate her Christmas tree. So we'll be going to that in a little while, but I wanted to fit this in beforehand because I know I won't have time later in the day to do it. Thank you to all of you who are returning subscribers. I really appreciate you picking my videos to watch out of all of the Flosstube videos out there. So thank you for taking the time. I do appreciate your continued support, and welcome to anyone who has found me or is just coming back maybe after the last video. Thank you. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope you enjoy what you see. Okay, so I'm going to dive right in. A couple of my children are home, a couple of my kids are home, my oldest, who might actually still be sleeping, and my little one, Haley, who's been in some of my other videos, and she has her special Christmas tree decorating outfit that she wants to show. So she may be coming back in a couple minutes. My husband and my middle daughter are at the barn taking care of the horses this morning to get that done and over with. So I have an FFO, I have a finished object, and a lot of whips. I have giveaways to give away from the last video, and then of course some plans. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It was really nice, although it was kind of unexpected. I ended up hosting. My mom usually does dinner, but she actually came down with a really bad case of pneumonia. Her lungs are compromised, and so this one really set her back. She actually ended up as an inpatient in a hospital for a few days, and she's home. She's doing much better. But in the midst of all of that, of course, it was the Saturday or Sunday before Thanksgiving that she went into the hospital, and she didn't get out until Thanksgiving morning. So we scrambled. I ended up hosting. She was able to come, her and my dad. You can come over, honey. So it was really nice. We had all the family here. It was, here, honey, pull the chair around carefully, okay? We had all the family here, and it was wonderful. So I hope that all of you had a great Thanksgiving as well. If you celebrate it, hopefully you had some time with friends and family, and of course all the good food for Thanksgiving. Honey, go yeah, get that cord off. So this is Haley. Haley is 6. You say hi.
Hi.
Why don't you show me your sweater? That's the best part. Her little deer sweater. Adorable.
Wait, no, this is the best part.
Oh yeah, the little purse that came with it. And yes, she's still missing her front teeth. It's been a year and a half. We actually went to the dentist for her teeth cleaning, I think in the spring or over the summer. Yeah, the bottom ones came in. And we had x-rays done. She was due for them anyways. And there are teeth there, and they will come in. We just don't know exactly when. You look very cute, honey. Anyways, Christmas season is upon us. Oh my gosh. I finally got the house mostly decorated. I have one little Christmas village that I want to put up hopefully today. But other than that, all the trees are decorated. Maybe I'll post some pictures at the end of just different things throughout the house that we've done. It's been busy around here. Okay, let's get into it. I have some very precarious piles around me, so if you hear a crash, it's most likely one of those. Or we have 3 trees. This is one. I do this tree the same every year. Excuse me. And then we have our family tree, which is in our sunroom. And then I do a kids tree, which is normally upstairs, but I put it downstairs this year because it's so pretty. And we don't really get to enjoy it when it's upstairs because we're usually downstairs for most of the time. Several years ago when my oldest two, they're 2 years apart, were little, they wanted a kids tree. And I said, well, what do you want it to be like? Haley wasn't born yet. And they said they wanted a rainbow tree. So that is what we do. It's got lots of rainbows and colors on it. It's really cute, isn't it? So I'll put some pictures of that in there. But our sweet little kitten, Dexter, we tie all of our trees up. And we used to have to tie them. Well, we've always had to tie them because of the kids and then the pets. And now that the kids are older and less likely to knock a tree down, the pets are not less likely to knock a tree down. So they're all tied up. But Dexter loves to climb the trees. Oh my gosh, he's our kitten. You may have met him in the last video.
Should I cook it in?
If you can find him.
Okay.
If he's sleeping, maybe we should let him sleep though so he doesn't.
So he doesn't
wild.
wake up and then go
He
around
acts
all
just like a kitten. But he's already knocked a couple ornaments off the tree and broken them. I mean, I don't worry about them too much. If it's anything I really, really love, I tie the ornament on so there's no way he can knock it off. But, you know, it's life. It happens. Okay, so let's get going. My FFO, I showed in the last video, Shakespeare's Peddler, the friendship tree. My friend had given me this pattern and we were stitching it together. But I did put it in a frame, and I'm sorry for the glare. This, I don't know what it was stitched on, either a 28 count or a 32. She gave me the fabric and all of the threads, so I just used what she gave me. And then I did put her initials in mine at the bottom. I gave the ladies brown hair instead of, it was a lighter color, but she and I both have dark hair. And then I think I put an apple in the basket. Oh, you did get him.
Dexter.
Dexter is so sweet. Oh my gosh, he's getting big.
Yeah.
And he is just a little love bug. Oh my gosh, he is
Right
such
now
a love.
Right now
but,
he was just like on the couch and like, ooh, I don't know what TV.
Yeah, this is actually pretty calm for him. He loves his head and his nose rubbed.
Mm-hmm. When you pet his head, he goes to sleep.
And when you hug him, he'll hug you back. He's so good.
When you pet his
But when
head
he's
like
not being
this.
good, he's wild. He acts just like a kitten. He's getting into all the things. He's very curious. Here, honey, why don't you put him back? Maybe he'll go back to sleep. It's the life of a cat. So I ordered, you've seen these frames maybe a couple of times if you've watched some of my older videos. This is a frame from Signed and Numbered. I think it's called the Slope. The Slope frame. If you're really interested, shoot me an email and I can maybe send you the link. I order them from Signed and Numbered on Etsy. And these, you can order all different colors. In hindsight, I kind of wished I had picked green. Blue is not a color I normally love, but this will go up in my bedroom, so it's fine. But I love that. And I messaged my friend Kim, who gave me the pattern when I had this framed, and I said, oh, all done. And she goes, I am so jealous. She's like, I'm not nearly done. So we won't do a pattern this year until she can finish this one. And that's okay. There is no rush, and I want this to be fun for her and I. But I'm happy to have that done. Happy to put it up on, I'll put it on my dresser upstairs. Then my other finish, I didn't get it completely FFO'd, was Gobble by Bent Creek. I loved this. I stitched this, I don't think I started it on my last video. Did I start it? I don't think I did. I think it was a start and a finish in November. And it's almost done, actually. I shouldn't say it's done. It's almost done. This is stitched on 32 count Hazelwood from Fiber on a Whim.
And it's ABCs.
Yes, it is ABCs. And what else does it say? Remember? Do you remember?
Gobble.
Gobble. So I used all of the called for colors. Gobble. Now I didn't do the French knots for the turkey's eyes. but I'm going to put a couple of little black beads in place of the eyes, and I just haven't done that yet, but I'm still counting it as a finish. I love this. It's so sweet. And honestly, I think I'm going to order another one of these frames. I love these frames so much. They just give that little pop of color and they make me happy. I would like to order another one of these frames, but just in a color that will match here. I don't know, maybe green, brown, orange, could be anything.
Brown.
Brown? We'll look and see. I know they have a couple brown.
Oh, brown or orange.
Yeah.
Or yellow.
Could do yellow. Oh, you could even do red, like the leaves. That might be nice. That dark red. So,
wait, let me see.
here, you can take it and look at it. So that was a fun finish. Of course, I hope to have it
Orange.
FFO'd for next Thanksgiving, but
Blue.
yeah, I don't know if I would love blue. Maybe a fall color. That's a good idea, though. You could do any color you wanted.
Look at there's blue.
There is blue in it. So that will go in my pile of whips to be finished. Here, take your headband, honey. So throughout November, I also picked up a pattern I had started about a year ago. I worked on it for just a short time, maybe, I don't know, handful of days. And then it sat in my, I know my bun is crazy. It sat in my whip pile and I never touched it. This is an out-of-print pattern called Autumn Gatherings by Mill Hill. And this is the pattern that I'm stitching. And I really love it. So I really want to get this done. And I decided to pick it up and focus on it. And all I really had done was this Pilgrim's skirt, not even her upper half, just the skirt, and half of this border right below their feet. And that's all that I had done.
And didn't you, was that the one with lots of beads?
A lot of beads, listen. Tons of beads.
Tons.
But I love that. So
Tons.
I picked it up and lots of beads. Shake. I know. And you know guys, sometimes my stitching is a mess. This is how my DMC are. It's all DMC and then all of those beads. And I didn't bother to put them on nice floss drops. I probably should because this is going to take me a while to finish. I am stitching it on 32 count Ren. I don't know who the dyer is. You guys probably know. I'm sure you're all screaming at me. It is a pretty popular. Honey, don't crinkle that, okay? Can you put that back in? Because when you crinkle, it's amplified and it hurts ears. It hurts their ears. Yeah, that's okay.
Can I see it there? So
You want to see some of them? Yeah, you can look at the beads. Okay. We'll put them back in after, though, okay?
Yeah.
So 32 count Ren. And this is what I've been able to do so far. So I started to do some of the wording right below the border. I finished the duck.
The duck.
I did all of the little Native American lady here and all of her beading. And that was really fun putting that beading on. I decided I'm going to do the beading as I go because you heard all of that. There is a lot of packages of beads. Just don't open them up here, honey. Oh my gosh, I'll have beads everywhere. So I think if I wait until the end, it will be annoying for me and I might not want to do it. So I know I'll only be able to bead just a little bit before I have to switch either to a bigger hoop, or if anyone uses a scroll rod or scroll frame, I know, so beautiful. And there are some treasures, little Mill Hill treasures. Oh, I'm out of the screen here. I think these are hearts. If anyone has any recommendations on a scroll frame, is that what you call them? Where I can have the whole piece and you just kind of roll it. I don't think, the last time I did a project with the beads, I did use a hoop. And of course you can't tighten the hoop as tight as you would like because you'll crush the beads. So I really need to think about getting a scroll frame or leaving all the beading till the end and then just going in afterwards. But that seems like a bit much. Leave that there, honey. So I do have a boo-boo though. I messed up on her boot. Do you see here, there's this bottom row, there's 3 spaces. Over here, there's 2. Well, this threw off the count for this entire skirt, which threw off the count for this. And I didn't notice it until I went to do this. And I knew something was wrong because the hands didn't seem right. And I frogged them and I restitched them and it still wasn't right. And then I sat down one day and I really looked. So I either have to rip all of this out and fudge it, or I've got to rip all of this out and restitch it, which I will fix the boot because I think that's pretty noticeable. But the skirt, there should be another 1 to 2 rows over, and I really don't want it to throw off the rest of the pattern. So I'm debating about whether just to frog the entire thing and redo it all, or just frog the top half here and fudge it. And then when I go to do the Pilgrim Man that's next to her, maybe base my counting off of the border. The border is correct. I really don't want to frog all of that though, so I might just do the top half. But it kind of bugs me. One missed stitch and it threw everything off. But I really do love this, so I will continue to work on this. It's not getting put back in my cupboard whip pile, where those are the ones I think those whips go to die. I will keep this out and try to do a little bit every month. Yes, honey?
Why can't you just like, is this the one that has 3?
Yes.
Why can't you just like...
You're a genius. I could. Oh my God, you are so smart. My 6-year-old is smarter than I am. She's like, Mom, why don't you just put one, which she means is one little black stitch there so that it matches this one. And I absolutely am going to do that. Oh my God, she is so smart, way smarter than me. She's also my only child right now that stitches sometimes. She does have a little project, hoop project.
Oh, should I go get that?
If you want to get it. Yes, you can go get it. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one little black stitch in there. I'll frog this out and shift everything so that it lines up, because you can tell it's off. But I love this. Thankfully, my daughter's a genius, smarter than her mother. Okay. Oh, I should probably say that I am going to show all of my fall whips first, and then I'll get into my Christmas. So this is her little project bag. Slowly unzip the zipper, okay? Because sometimes that's a little loud too. And then I'll get into the Christmas stitching. So I also worked on Bobbing for Pumpkins by Brenda Gervais. I believe I showed this in my last video. And this is another one I'm going to keep out, and I'm just going to throw a thread in here and there. And I filled in a little bit more on her skirt. I'm stitching this on 36 count Dusty Cottage from Be Stitch Me with all of the called for thread. Actually, I think there's all of the thread. Love this one. This was a restart for me. I had started it a couple different times on another fabric, and but I do love this fabric. Sometimes I wonder if I should have done 2 threads over 2 on 36. I know that makes it a little puffy, but it's a fine. I'm going with it.
And this is my doggy.
Yeah, so show them your... So that's her dog, and I think, Haley, correct me if I'm wrong, she did, was it this ear? Or no, it was this ear. She filled in the stitches for this ear. And did you finish the nose, the black nose?
Yes. I did all the black.
Mm-hmm.
Except I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did. So she's been working on this project here and there. She'll pull it out and just want to do you want me to help you hold steady?
Yeah.
Do some stitches, and I think she is doing a beautiful job. And eventually, when it's all done, it comes with all this stuff. There's a foam that you pop in the back, and you can put whatever color backing you want on it. It's like, yep, so the little foam fits right in there.
And then colors.
And you can pick out your backing, and it's sticky.
There's more colors.
Lots of colors.
Yeah.
So, and then you just trace it, and we'll trim the edges off. And then it has a little
Pink.
a little keychain, and you can stick it on your backpack.
Keychain ones.
So, and there's a few patterns. They're either dogs or cats, but she picked this dog first. And she's doing a fantastic job.
And should I show them like this thingy?
No, because we don't want to show patterns because it's not fair to the designer if we show patterns that people might want to copy. Yeah, that's okay. We showed them the image. So zip that up so you don't lose all your pieces. Comes with everything. It was a little kit on Amazon. It's adorable.
And then I have this one to do.
Yeah, so
Which I'm going to do that. My third one.
there's kitty, doggy. So this is what they look like. Oops.
They might be mixed up a little bit.
That's okay.
I love this one.
Yeah.
That might be my third one.
That
but
might be the next.
my second one is definitely this one. Second.
Adorable. That's a
The
corgi.
corgi.
It's the corgi, of course. We don't have a corgi, but 2 of my kids are obsessed with them. Very nice, honey. Thank you for sharing that.
And this might be my third.
Oh, the cat, yes.
That one's cute.
So I will, all of my fall and Halloween stitches, again, they're not going to go into the cupboard. I feel like once they get into the cupboard, I never see them again for a year. They're staying in my stitching basket. I'm just going to grab one. Even if I just, 1 or 2 days a week, honey, be careful with that liquid. Thank you. And just put in a thread or two, it's progress. So after my last video, so many of you had some wonderful suggestions. I was really having some trouble stitching on this Mill Hill bead kit because of the perforated paper, and the instructions for this kit said 3 strands of thread, and it looked awful, and I really wasn't happy. And I've used, you're making me nervous with that drink, honey. I tried stitching on Lugana. I didn't love that. It was a whole thing. So a lot of you said just use 2 strands of thread on the perforated paper, and I started to do that, and it's fine, and I love it. I love this project now. So this is what I'm stitching. Midnight Farm. That little ghost is the button. And what, honey? Yeah. Oh, don't lose those beads. Stick them back in.
Oh, yeah.
So I started over on perforated
Where's the
paper.
Here's the bag.
And I don't know how to show this. I need something dark behind it. So you can see. I mean, my stitches are definitely not as great as if I was stitching on Lugana or linen or something. But you know what? I'm going with it. I love this so much. And I have a ton of Mill Hill beads and button kits. In fact, last year or maybe the year before, I bought one that had a yellow lab with skis, and I wanted to do for my husband. There's one I want to do for my mom. So I really enjoy these. So thank you for that suggestion. I do love this magnetic frame. Sorry. So I find, because I need a hoop to stitch. So love that. So I didn't get super far with it, but I'm very pleased that I now have a solution. Honey, you are making me so nervous with this drink. Oh my God, can you go in the kitchen and drink that? Okay. Honey, if we get any liquid on my fabric, it will ruin it. You know, that's one of the rules, right? You gotta be really careful. Okay. And then I think this is the last fall stitch I worked on. Stacy Nash, Jack-o'-lantern, Sewing Pocket, and Chatelaine. Again, when I do this, I'm probably just going to frame the stitched part. I'm not going to make it into, I'm assuming this is what the chatelaine is. I still don't know what that really is. And, uh-oh, I knocked that over. I am stitching it with the called for fabric, which I can't tell you at the moment. Oh, Weeks Dye Works Havana, 36 count with the called, oh, this is not the called for thread, I don't believe. No, the called for thread was charcoal by Weeks Dye Works. I only had onyx, and that is what I'm going with. Whoops. Okay, honey, that is enough. That's not good for you to be drinking all that. So go get, you haven't had your juice yet. You can go get a juice box.
What juice? Oh, yeah.
But you cannot bring it by the stitching. You have to have it in the kitchen. And I think I did this. I extended this row out a little bit. Oh, is that right? Oh no. Oh my gosh, I think I made a mistake. I think when I extended it, doesn't that look lighter? I think I only used one thread here and it's supposed to be two. I did. You can see the difference. So I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, yeah, vey. I have to frog so much. I don't even know why I like to cross stitch. Because frogging really kills the joy, doesn't it? So I did this. And I will have to go back and fix that. And I think I brought this down and around the corner. I can't remember exactly. I wonder if I'm going to remember that when I pick this up next, that I need to frog that out and redo it. You can definitely notice it, right? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. Maybe I'll just pick up with the double strand and I don't think I could do it. I think I'm going to have to frog it. Oh, God. All right, this one may go in the whips to dye pile. I have so many things I have to frog. It's awful. Okay. So this next pattern was a whip. I had started, I believe, around Christmas time last year. And this is pretty popular. I've seen it a lot on Flosstube. Christmas in My Heart by Samplers Not Forgotten. Sorry for the glare. Yeah, stay back there, honey, with that juice box, okay? And I decided to pull this out and work on it a little bit, except this is definitely going in the whips to dye pile because I have never done this before, and I'm usually so careful for this exact reason, but I started this too low on the fabric. And I do not have enough room to finish it. Sorry for all the wrinkles. I did not iron anything today. So I think I finished the tree. I did the snowflake here. I did some of the letters. I started on the roof and that chimney. And it has been bothering me for a while that I might not have enough fabric. But I finally decided to count down based on the pattern, and I do not. I think it would literally cut off a lot. I think it would cut off from roughly around this flower on over. And I don't know why I started so low. Look, there's several inches there. I easily could have gone up 2 or 3 inches. So this, now that I've shown it, is going to go in the pile to dye, like I said. I will stitch it someday, but not this year because I don't want to be bothered now with it. Has anyone ever done that before? I know that sometimes you can modify the pattern, maybe leave something out, like if there's a border, maybe you could leave it out, but in this case, I'm going to miss a bottom portion of the house, so I don't think that's even going to be a feasible option for me to do. But that's okay, because I started some new Christmas whips, and I'm not mad about it at all. Okay, the next pattern I want to show you, oh, this is actually a new start. I thought I had another Christmas one. Maybe it was just these two that I was working on for Christmas. So this is my new start. Peace on Earth sampler from By the Cottage Garden. Dolly, what are you doing? Oh my God. My cat Dolly is on the table. And it...
Golly.
Dolly, there's so much stuff. I'm afraid she's going to knock something over. Okay. Cats are really great about their balance and their spatial awareness, but there's so much stuff. I don't know how she's going to... Come here. Come here, kitty cat. So Peace on Earth sampler, cottage garden samplings. Love this. I love that orange and pink house. Bring her over, honey. So, oh my God, you're gonna meet all the family today. So this is Dolly. Dolly was a barn rescue a couple of years ago, and she was a kitten, and I love her. Oh my God, she is just such a beautiful cat. She's very sweet. She's not as mischievous as Dexter is, but she's also a little bit older, more mature. Okay, I am stitching this on 40 count almond milk linen by Grace Notes Fabrics. I did not take it out of my hoop. But I have a story to tell you about this too, because stitching has not been easy for me this past month. There's been a lot of problems. It is still in the hoop because I am not that far into it. But this is what I have so far. So I really love it, except I started to stitch this border first. I started at the top and I worked my way down. And I remember thinking when I was going through this that those leaves and the stems are kind of brown. And I kept going. I don't know why. Because I got to here and I stitched the deer and I said, this is definitely brown and I don't want my Christmas flowers. I don't know if they're supposed to be poinsettias. I don't know. I say poinsettias. Some people say poinsettias. I don't know the right way. But I don't want those Christmas flowers to have brown leaves. So then I kept looking at the pattern and I kept looking at this and back to the pattern. And when I realized how much of this color is throughout the whole pattern, I decided that the brown was not going to work for me and that I wanted to find a new color. So last night I picked a new green, which I'll tell you about in a minute, and I stitched this just to see if I would like it, because this color is the same as this on the chart. The pattern calls for the same color. So I am now going to frog out all of this and I'm going to restitch it with the green, and I think I'll be much happier. And no, I don't love frogging, but I love this pattern so much that I'm going to do it. And you know, for me, I will just take out a little bit, and you know, every time I go to pick it up, I'll frog a little bit out, I'll put a thread in, and then I'll move on. And I think eventually I will get all of this done. I got this little Christmas needle minder in Florida a couple of years ago when we went. I forget the name of the shop, but I don't even use it as a needle minder. It makes me feel festive. So the called for threads are here. They're really pretty. I just love that orange, which I think is this. The orange on the house, I think, is that, and it's burnt orange by Sampler Threads. I don't know what color the pink house is. I didn't really look that far yet. Okay, so the brown that I don't like is, let me find it for you, Piney Woods. Haley?
Yeah?
Could you please let Jack out the back door?
Sure.
He's whining to go. Which when you look at it, when you hold it in the skein, it does have some green to it. But when you stitch it with one thread, oh, I'm sorry, and I am using one thread on 40 count, looks brown, right? So I am replacing it with, it's a Weeks Dye Works moss. And that is this green color here. So I think I'll be a lot happier. And that color, the moss that I'm going to use now, and what really clinched it for me was when I really looked at the pattern, all of this is done in moss. There's some green down here, definitely some green down there. And I just thought this will be brown. And I don't want that. So, you know, it could just obviously be the dye law of the thread, but anyways. So I'll keep working on this throughout the month. My goal is by the end of December to have all of this frogged out and replaced. And then hopefully some of these other, I'll start working on this big flower motif next. So my plan is to stitch over and then go down from there. And if I really get some good stitching time in, maybe I can get these borders done. We'll see. That'll be a lot for me. I'm not gonna get all of that done. So I'll replace all of the brown and I'll keep moving over, but I'll also start on this center motif. I love this so much. And it says, if I can read it, I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to man. I love that so much. Okay. So I have a really big piece of fabric for this. I love this fabric. I must have ordered this. I did belong to the Grace Notes fabric of the month club, but it was for a fat quarter. And if I remember, I think I ordered this special for this pattern. And I really liked the color. I mean, I purchased it online, so I was hoping. So I'll definitely be able to use it for another project or another couple of projects. Love this one so much.
Doggos.
Thank you so much, Haley, for taking them out. Can you believe the amount of frogging? That is 3 projects that I've shown in just this video that need something frogged. Ooh, that is the worst. Guess it's the life of a stitcher. Okay, now I have a massive pile of things that I want to show, that I want to do next. Oh no, this has to go back in that bag. Purchases, I have the giveaways, and I have actually a funny story I want to tell you at the end. Okay, I bought these. This is something I'm thinking too of starting this month. This weekend is really busy for us, and then the next couple of weekends are they're less busy, I'll just put it that way. So I'm hoping to maybe have a little bit more stitching time. But I purchased these patterns. They're the Lizzie Kate snippets. I think I purchased them over a year ago, and I really love them. I have the little sleds that you put them on. And I even have, oh, I didn't bring it in, but I have the perforated paper as well. A nice big piece of it. And these are most of the threads, not all. I think there's a couple that I don't have that I'll try to find a sub for. But I would like to maybe pick one of these and stitch them. They're really cute. I love this one. Maybe I'll do that one first. Oh, this one's really cute too, though. I don't know. I have no idea. I want to do them all and then put them on a tree. So I might start that soon. I also have The Light of Winter by Brenda Gervais. I did not bring that because I didn't work on it. I started it last year. I got a few motifs done and I haven't touched it since. So I would like to work on that some more as well. Sometimes I feel so overwhelmed that I really think I should just become a monogamous stitcher. And by monogamous, I really mean maybe 2 projects. Because I think I get bored with just one, but 2, but there's so many things I want to do. But I do sometimes feel overwhelmed with the amount of projects that I have that I want to start and the amount that it's unfinished. And I probably will do a little update maybe after Christmas about the actual number of whips that I have, which I don't do the book of days because it's too much for me. But I do keep lists of whips, and then as I get them done, I cross them out and I X them. It's both. That way I know they're done. And then sometimes I'll put things, if I UFO'd it, I'll write it, and then I'll put the date that I finished it. So I do keep a little list. This is my 2024 new starts, and you can see I have finished quite a few of them. I'm not a super fast stitcher, so I don't get all of my projects that I start done. And this is how I keep track. And then of course for the new year, I'll move over any existing whips. So probably what I'll do is on this page, I'll put existing whips from the last 2 years, and then I'll do my new starts over here for 2025. And it was just a little notebook that I picked up, I don't know, TJ Maxx or Mike or someplace like that. What are you doing, honey? We're not showing that. No. Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Frosty the Snowman.
We are in full Christmas mode over here. Honey, go play with that in the other room, love.
I know, I was bringing it.
Okay. So I need to focus. I need to focus and I need more stitching time, but that isn't going to happen for a long time. The last video that I did in the fall, I showed these Lizzie and Kate tingles. Is that what that is? Tingles? And I love them. They make this, if you do them all as one, which I'm planning on doing. And I had ordered fabric. I had started it on a fabric, didn't like it. And then, which is par for the course, fabric is my biggest barrier to completing projects because I'll get a portion of the way through and decide I don't like the color of the fabric or whatever the case may be, because sometimes I'm not good at picking out the fabric. But I am going to stitch this one on, I want to say this is a 40 count. It's definitely murky. And I believe this is 40 count. So let me hold up the fabric. Whoops. And I have murky in a smaller count, I think in a 32. I definitely don't like the color of the... Sorry about that, there was a little glitch. I ran out of storage, so I had to delete a couple of things. So hopefully I can get through the rest of this and I'll just join the two videos. So I was talking about this 40 count murky, and I really love these colors against the darker fabric. I will not be starting that now though, but I do hope to start it after the new year with the hopes of getting that one completed by the fall. Excuse me. I also want to... Oh, actually, I do have another... I knew we had another new start. I'll have to insert a picture because I forgot to bring the pattern out, but it's Stacy Nash's Mary Mary Pin Keep. And I'm sorry I don't have the pattern here to show you. But I am stitching this on 36 count Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit. And I'll insert the picture so you can see it. And this calls for mostly DMC, or all DMC actually. I don't see where there's any fancy floss. But just a few colors, maybe 7. And I am keeping this in a bag by Farmhouse Needleworks on Etsy. This was a new purchase. And I love her bags. Melanie, I think is her name, because it comes with the little floss keep, which I'll show you actually. Let me unsnap it. But it's really nice. It has a zippered pocket, and then it's got the place to keep your needles. I have this upside down. And then some fleece or whatever that is to store your extra threads, and it snaps shut. And this is the pattern. And then the bag itself is one of the vinyl bags, but I just really love the fabric on it. And she also puts a little charm. I have several of her bags, but she puts a little charm on. But then I had ordered these zipper pulls, and I'll show you the other one. But I loved that little house. Really cute. So, again, I love this fabric. I am not 100% sure I love it for this pattern. So this is another one I kind of petered out on, even though I love the pattern and I love Stacy Nash's Pin Keeps. I'm just going to keep going. I can't stress out about these fabric choices all of the time. So that little house zipper pull was Kathy Holden's So Cute. And this was the other one that came with it. And then, sorry, I dropped it on the floor. And I ordered these ones because, I don't know if I can get them out. They're so cute. I just love that little angel and the bell. The angels like this always remind me of my grandmother, my mom's dad. So I don't have those on project bags yet, but I will eventually. Okay, so let's talk about haul and some upcoming plans. Now, you may have remember, if you've seen my other videos, I am stitching Sampler of the Season by With Thy Needle and Thread. I have all 4 seasons. I started with the winter. And I was stitching it on this 36 count Saltbush. And I know you're all probably going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going to restart this on a different fabric. I have a 40 count. Oh gosh, can't think of the name of it. But I'm fairly certain I'm going to restart it. Mostly because this fabric I find is a tiny bit loose, and I want a really nice tight weave so that my white looks really nice. And you know, white is hard to stitch with, but so I will be restarting that. If I really do restart it, would anyone be interested in having a partially completed design? I would be happy to send this along to someone to finish the stitching. I would probably cut it to size though. But let me know if anyone, if I really do switch to a new fabric, which I'm 99% certain, I could offer that maybe as a giveaway for anyone interested in the future. And I also want to finish this shortly after the new year. These are the Blackbird Designs, Loose Feathers, Spring, Autumn, Winter. Which one's this? Summer, I'm sorry, there's no spring. Summer, autumn, winter. I really was gunning to have these done by the end of this year, but what happened is I stitched the summer, which you can sort of see in my hoop here, got to the autumn, and I really messed up here. You can see, you can tell I've had to frog there, and I just kind of lost my steam. But I really would like to start working on this and get this done early in the new year because I do love it. And I mean, I'm halfway done. I just have to finish this one, do all of the winter, and complete my border. So this is a definite goal because I do love this pattern. And these are all of the called for threads. Classic Colorworks and Gentle Arts mostly. So those are some of my plans, probably right after the Christmas holiday. I don't know. There's so many winter patterns, just not Christmas, but winter patterns that I want to start too. When I have a good number of them kitted up, I should just do it. Okay, so let's talk haul, and then I have some questions. Jenny Simply Stitching does these, actually I think she changed her name to she did change it to Patchwork and Poppies. On Etsy does these beautiful quilted bags, and you can pick the month that you want, and I think I picked Halloween for October, and this is the bag that she sent. It is, I have a few of her bags. They are gorgeous. I love them so much. They all come with this little thing so you can identify your project, and then she usually puts in a little bit of a gift. This time it was this sweet little tin, and you know, I love crows, so this is so precious to me. And then the little crow zipper pull. So she has her 2025 bags listed. It's just a drop down, you pick the month, It's Patchwork and Poppies, or what did I say? Jenny's Simply Stitching. You can search it on Etsy, and if I think of it, I'll try to link it below. So I got that, and then I purchased from Joyful Stitching a bag, and I just loved those little dogs. I'm not even really into gnomes, but this was so sweet. And she sends a couple of threads. It's Joyful Stitching on Etsy. Really well made bags, but my favorite part was that she sends you a handwritten note. What is her name? Deborah? Yeah, Deborah from Joyful Stitching. And this was just the sweetest thing. I really love when people put in a beautiful note or a card, or if their pieces are packaged beautifully, or sometimes you get like a little freebie. I don't know. I just love those little thoughtful details, and it really does bring me joy that people take that extra time to do. Okay. Then my fabric of the month, I stopped my Grace Notes Fabric Club, not because anything's wrong with the fabric. The fabric is beautiful, but I did go back to Be Stitch Me, and this was the Fabric of the Month Club for December, actually November, I think. It comes in early December. Sand Dollar, really beautiful neutral. Then I did get the Let It Snow Brenda Gervais kit from Farm Girl Dry Goods. I want to start this as soon as the holiday is over. This will be a definite start. And it comes, she had it packaged nicer. Oh my gosh, my computer cut off again. So I'm going to hurry up and finish this up. Is anyone doing the Jingle Ball? I did have a ticket, or do have a ticket for this weekend. Today's the last day. And I've never done it before. It's really been fun, but I haven't been able to participate too much because we've just had other things. But I did do a couple of the meet and greets. I did view a class, a Stacey Nash class last night for a pattern that I have, the Gingerbread House pattern, pink sewing kit. But I didn't get to stitch this, and I won't be finishing it as a sewing book. But it was really fun to take the class. And then there's round tables that you can do, which I haven't been able to participate in. But for $10, it really has been a lot of fun. And you get access to a shopping mall, and you can purchase patterns that aren't out yet from different designers. And so I've done that. And I may have to show that in the next video because I'm worried about this one cutting off. But it's really been fun. I'm hoping to be able to participate a little bit more this afternoon after my mom's party is over, but it's been really fun. Okay, so a couple of other things I wanted to show. This was a new pattern from that I purchased. I don't know if it's new, but new to me, from Not Forgotten Farm, called Dirty Snowmen, that I also would like to start around the time, I was showing you this, around the time that I start the Brenda Gervais. I love this. Ooh, with the pine cones, so sweet. So these are a couple upcoming smalls. I'm going to try not to start anything too big, except for the Halloween one. And then I ordered 12 Days of Christmas Stockings by, who's it by? Oh, Annie Belcher from Annie B's Folk Art. I'm sure I just butchered her name. I do not want to stitch these on black though, so I won't. I'm going to try to show you a few of these if I can do it without showing the pattern. They're really sweet, and I would love to put them on one of my trees. I think that's all I can show without showing the pattern. So that was a new pattern. And I do have a question because I do want to start this on New Year's Day. And I talked about this in my last video. Quaint Rose Needle Arts and Hues, they had sent me the wrong pattern, 1, 2, 3 stitch. They sent me and Hugh's Adam and Eve, which is one of the giveaways. But they did send out the right pattern. And this is the specialty thread from, is that Cottage Gardens? Yeah, Cottage Garden Threads. And then Gentle Arts. Yep. Really pretty. But I was thinking of starting it on this fabric from Jus Designs. It's called Light Nougat. I think it's a 36 count. But tell me what you think. Or should I find a darker fabric like the pattern shows? Because you know, I am not good at picking out fabrics. I'm just not. And then I get a portion of the way through and I don't like it and I UFO it. So you can tell me your honest opinion. I won't be upset if it's negative. I don't know. What do we think? Okay. Well, I did have a few more things to show, but this video is already disjointed enough with the sudden stops and starts and the kid interruptions. So I'm just going to get right to the giveaways. And I drew them earlier. I was giving away Stacy Nash Animal Crackers Nettle because I had an extra copy. And that goes to Debbie Dennis 2612. So congratulations, Debbie. I will pop this in. Please email me your address and I will get this out in the mail to you as soon as possible. And then this is the Quaint Rose Needle Arts Adam and Eve, and Hugh's Adam and Eve. And that goes to, oh, I'm not sure how to say it, Wild Nemos 4575. And I'll pop that below as well. So congratulations, both of you. Again, please email me your address and I will get these out in the mail to you. And everyone, let me know about that fabric choice, if you think I should go with that or pick something darker. And I also wanted to thank everyone for all of your comments. I love reading them and I try to respond to as many of them as I can, or at least acknowledge with a heart if I'm someplace where I can't really type something out. So thank you for that. It really means a lot to me that people take the time to watch my videos and to leave a comment, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So I don't know if I will be back before Christmas. I do have some time off around Christmas, I think, if I decide to keep those days. So I may be able to do another video shortly after. So if I don't see you before, I wish everyone a very happy holiday season. Stay safe. I hope you get to enjoy whatever day it is with friends and family and people that you love. Bye. Happy stitching.